Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. Myself, Professor Sampath Kumar Swami, working as Professor at Department of Tourism Management in Indira Gandhi National Travel University, Amarkantak, Madhya Pradesh. Today, I am going to give a presentation on a topic, SC Plugs Psychographic Classification. After completing this module, students should be able to know what is the significance of Stanley Plugs psychographic model. How did the model originate? How does the model describe tourists, typologies and their preferences on the basis of their personality based traits? How does the model describe destinations' response to tourism according to the psychographic positions? Debates over Stanley Plugs psychographic model. Introduction. Psychographics have become a popular basis for anticipating consumer behavior and their preferences. Attitudes, values, interests, motivation, lifestyle, novelty seeking, sensation seeking, personality and interpersonal constraints, all these are interconnected dimensions under the common umbrella of psychographics. Personality based psychographic modeling in tourism is closely associated with Plugs psychographic model, a seminal tourism model in which Stanley Plug has delineated different types of tourists along a continuum, a bell-shaped normally distributed curve. This model has been widely accepted by many academicians and marketing agencies, and it is acknowledged as one of the best models to understand tourist typologies and their personality based on psychographic traits, and how far these traits have impact on tourist preferences while selecting suitable destination as per the choice. According to Plug, travelers' psychographics determine the travel patterns and preferences and destinations. Popularity rise and fall because they appeal to specific types of tourists over the time, and they follow a relatively predictable pattern of growth and decline in popularity. Therefore, the model can be utilized as a useful reference for planning and designing the tourism infrastructure, as well as for incorporating appropriate strategy for marketing tourism destinations, as from this model one can also predict over the tourist preference in choosing suitable destination. Although the model does not really help to forecast where travelers are likely to visit, it is highly effective in suggesting where they would ideally like to visit. Origin of the model. The core concept was originated in 1967 as the part of a project assigned to Plug's market research company Basico. This project was sponsored by 16 foreign and domestic airlines, airframe manufacturers and many magazines over an investigation of why certain travelers did not want to travel by airplane and what kind of people don't want to travel by air, to understand the psychology of certain segments of travelers and to visualize the company's role in broadening the travel market's base in order to turn more non-flyers into flyers. In this study, New Markets for Air Travel, Plug concluded that non-flyer personality can be described by a constellation of following three principal personality characteristics. Generalized anxieties. This is a frequent low-level feeling of apprehension which consumes most of the psychic energy from a typical non-flyer. These anxieties restrain a traveler to explore the world with utmost self-confidence. Even the people suffering from aviophobia can be treated by behavioral therapy, as it is nothing but a psychological disorder. But if any person has self-doubts, then the world would appear to him or her as a perilous place. Sense of powerlessness. The traveler having this kind of personality characteristics believes that they have no control over their daily happiness or events and their own destinies. Territory boundness. The traveler having this kind of attitude deliberately restrict their lives from making a solid attempt to expand their territories since their childhood days to adultness. In 1974, the Plugs psychography model came into light for the first time when it was published in an article named Why Destination Areas rise and fall in popularity in the Cornell Hotel and Restaurant Administration quarterly, followed by a conference organized by Southern California chapter of the Travel Research Association, now it is known as Travel and Tourism Research Association, in 1972. The model in brief, the model describes tourist typologies and their preferences on the basis of their personality-based traits. Destinations response to tourism according to the psychographic positions, tourist typology according to their personality-based psychographic traits. According to the personality-based traits, Plog theories has classified tourists into three major types: allocentric, mid-centric and psychocentric. Still ambiguous in decision, it can be further divided into near allocentric, near psychocentric. In Plog's theory, each typology has been clearly segregated that can be marked easily. Allocentric or venturer or wanderer, the term allocentric comes from the root words allo means varied in form and centric means focusing of interest patterns of varied activities. The allocentric tourists often are called as venturers, are the individuals who seek new experience, enjoy interacting with people from different cultural background, want to explore the unusual or little known places, prefer adventure in a wide range of activities and are pretty much comfortable in making choice that involve some degree of variation or risk factors, as they have a strong feeling that they can control or manage even the adverse situation whatever they have to face while traveling. Moreover, the allocentric tourist would always like to have the basics, not necessity, the luxury every time. Even they are not to be committed to a structured itinerary. Rather, they like to have the freedom to make their own arrangements and choose a variety of activities and tourist attractions while exploring an area. Such tourists prefer to fly to their destinations. The general characteristics of such type of tourists are mentioned below. Intellectual curious, allocentrics are curious by nature and therefore they always want to explore the diversity of the world around them in its original form. They travel comparatively more than any other types of tourist and also stay longer period of time at a specific destination. Such type of tourists prefer to indulge themselves in unusual and novel things rather than doing mundane things like watching TV. Quick decision taker, allocentrics are very much well aware of the fact that life involves risks and hazards and everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. Therefore, they take decisions without delay. Readily spend discretionary income, allocentrics have the firm belief that their future will be far better than their past and the confidence makes them ready to enjoy the fruits of their work in current, likely to choose new products. Allocentrics are enthusiastic to explore exciting places, concepts and ideas. Such type of tourists are always experimental and this type of nature drives them not to stick to some popular brands, rather to move forward to the newly launched product into the marketplace. The thrill to experiment and discovery of a new product is too tempting to be resisted that it overrides the targets even if the new product is not up to live up. So it is assurance, self-confidence and personal energy. They eager to learn everything, whatever they find new and interesting, inner directed figure. They have the self-belief of taking the best decision for themselves and therefore they are relatively inner directed and rely less on the expert's opinion. Active and relatively assertive in their daily lives, if something goes wrong, they don't throw their arms, rather they actively try to make things proper again. Prefer activities and challenges. Although allocentrics are great with new ideas, but they are not so good in executing the detailed works as they prefer challenges rather than dull routine tasks. Prefer loneliness. They prefer solitude but appears to be friendly and outgoing. Mid-centric combination. Mid-centric swing between the allocentric and psychocentric. Such type of tourist located in the middle of the continuum in Plock's psychographic model have a balanced combination of both personality based and psychographic traits. They lean in neither the triad or two direction of the psychocentrics nor the variety seeking direction of the allocentrics. Psychocentric / dependable, the repeater. Plock 1974 defines the psychocentric as self-inhibited, nervous or non-adventuresome, preferring familiarity in vacation travel destinations. The term psychocentric comes from psyche, meaning self, and centric, meaning focusing of interest patterns on varied activities. Psychocentrics are those dependables who have a firm belief on the fact that whatever happens to them is largely beyond their control, so that often go for safe as well as consistent choices by choosing popular things. Psychocentric tourists are usually not adventurous. They have a high tendency in revisiting familiar tourist spots where everything is under control, where they feel safe, can relax, or can be involved in known types of activities, may it be repetitively taking the same food items, sitting in the same restaurant, or enjoying the same rides in the same amusement park. These tourists love to drive to the destinations, often prefer family road trips. They travel less and like to stay shorter period of time at any destination in typical accommodations, and usually eat at family type restaurants. Few general characteristics of such travelers are as follows: not adventurous or less exploring. Psychocentrics are less venturesome and exploring compared to the normal ones. They always try to restrict themselves from the variety of contacts around them. Cautious and rigid, they are very cautious and they possess conservative attitude, restrictive in spending. They are restrictive in spending, keeping in mind the uncertainty of future. Give preference in popular brands. The habit of making safe choices leads the psychocentric to choose the popular and familiar products. Lack of self-confidence. They lack confidence and are more lethargic than any other people. They also lack self-decision making abilities, therefore follow public personalities' advice or imitate their actions. Non-demanding. They never take the odd situation in a determined and foreseeable way to handle the difficulties. Non-varying lifestyle. They like structured, predictable and routine lifestyle surrounded by friends and family. They feel more secure and comfortable when they are surrounded by their intimate circles. Near allocentric and near psychocentric. In addition, tourists may fall to one direction or the other on the continuum either as near allocentrics, near psychocentric, without falling completely into the extreme types of this model. After a destination has been explored by allocentrics, near allocentrics are among the first major wave of adopters, while the near psychocentrics are most likely to try a destination that has been visited for several times. Advantages of Plock's theory. Plock's theory is defined in three parts: allocentric, mid-centric and psychocentric. If still ambiguous in decision, then it can be further divided down into near allocentric, near psychocentric. In between these three, first each different part is clearly segregated in Plock theory that can be marked easily. Disadvantages of Plock's theory. Every theory has its own limitation, so in Plock. Any tourist cannot stay in the same category throughout its entire life. For example, if someone is traveling in their young age with high energy, they would definitely fall into the allocentric category, and when they settle down, have a family, they will be more inclined towards traveling to well-known holidays destinations and comes into the category of psychocentric. As time passes by, different destination falls into different categories. Destinations responses to tourism according to its psychographic positions. According to Plock 1991, the destinations always move through the curved bell-shaped continuum and can be classified along the same continuum. The allocentrics who like to visit usual places are the explorers of non-tourist and unfamiliar destinations. Thereafter, these allocentrics start talking about their holiday experiences to others. This inspires the near allocentrics to visit those places. Gradually, these destinations become more popular and more tourist infrastructure development takes place. Now, mid-centrics start visiting these places, and thus the continuous growth in tourist arrival results into further development as well as increases price of land and consumers product. At this stage, the allocentrics stop coming to this destination as the place loses its virginity, sense of novelty, peaceful atmosphere, and but even then some near allocentrics keep visiting the area. When any destination becomes popular, it leads towards the overburdening of mass tourism, and at this stage the number of near allocentrics falls down and the inflow of near allocentrics increases. The area starts losing its position in the tourism market and the total tourist arrival decreases over the years. At that time, the destination moves towards the psychocentric end of the continuum. As these psychocentrics constitute a very small proportion of the overall tourism market, the destination ends up with fewer visitors than before, losing the popularity it once enjoyed. Cruz Milan 2016. In his 1967 study, New Markets for Air Travel, concluded that non-flyer personality can be described by a constellation of three principal personality characteristics. Generalized anxieties. A typical non-flyers normally feel a frequent low-level feelings of dread which consume most of the psychic energy from them. These anxieties among them play out daily to obstruct the traveler from reaching out the world around them to explore with utmost comfort and self-confidence. Generalized anxieties. A typical non-flyers normally feel a frequent low-level feelings of dread which consume most of the psychic energy from them. These anxieties among them play out daily to obstruct the traveler from reaching out the world around them to explore with utmost comfort and self-confidence. These people are different from with those who suffer from abiophobia. Normally, this type of psychological problem can be treated by behavioral therapy, whereas when a person has self-doubts and generalized anxieties, the world appears to them as a dangerous place. Sense of powerlessness. These classic non-flyers usually believe that daily life happenings are largely out of their control. They normally feel that the good and the misfortunes that they come across in their daily life result from chance happenings and events, and they believe that they have no control their own destinies. Territory boundness. These people have anxieties from their childhood days and increasing day by days relatively in adultness also. They have restricted their lives for decades in numerous ways without making an attempt to expand their territory horizons. No person is a perfect example of any personality type. We can identify persons with a archetypical, dependable, originally psychocentric personality. Typically, they are intellectually restricted compared to most people. They don't care for new ideas and experience on a daily basis. They show tendency to read less, watch more TV and restrict themselves from the variety of contracts around them. They are less venturesome and exploring their normal persons, cautious and conservative. They prefer to avoid taking important decisions and making the choices in challenges that face everyone daily. The very cautious and conservative type of person. Restrictive in spending. Normally, they are uncertain about the future, so don't want to finally stress themselves and overcommit. Discretionary income. Being economy is a good habit if motivated by good planning rather than choosing it due to basis of fear. Prefer well-known brands. The habit of making safe choices leads them to choose the popular items as it is safe choices to use such items. As it is very much familiar within everyone, it must be working, otherwise it would not be so popular. Little self-confidence. They face their daily life with low confidence and pursuing less activities. They are more lethargic than other people, look to authority figures. They are unclear about their own decision-making abilities and they follow public personalities' advice or imitate their actions. They are more likely to influence by famous movie or television stars and sports or great personalities. They swayed by advertising and promotional materials. By these personalities, passive and non-demanding, this type of people often pull out from situation when encounters problem in their daily lives. They never take the odd situation aggressively to handle these difficulties. Non-varying lifestyles, life structure and routine lifestyle. They are most trusted in their surrounding due the predictability and routine nature of their lifestyles. These people serve as the flywheels of society. Because of this type of people, things run according to plan in their environment, wherever they work or live, surrounded by friends and family. Due to the warm friendship and backing provided by the intimate circles, they feel more comfortable and secure. For these few reasons, they are labeled as dependables. Venturers. At the other side of the continuum are the archetypical venturers. Venturers are intellectually curious. They are curious and want to explore diversity of the world around them in its natural form. They constantly want new experiences and enjoy every activity. They hesitate to do mundane things like watching TV and prefer unusual and novel things. Quick decisions taker. They take decision very fast and easily. They are aware that life involves risk and you learn to live with those choices you have made. Really spend discretionary income. They want to enjoy the fruits of their work in current as they believe the future will be better than their past, likely to choose new products. They want to experiment and choose the product shortly introduced into the marketplace. They never stick to particular popular brands. The thrill of new product and experiment and discovery overrides regrets of new products if it is not live up to its assurance. Self-confidence and personal energy. They face everyday life with self-confidence and personal energy. They are eager to learn about the latest technologies and want to investigate what is new and interesting. They are very enthusiastic to explore exciting places, concepts and ideas. Inner directed figure. They took their own judgment regarding any problem in their lives rather than look out for any authority figures and for their guidance and direction. They believe that they can take the best decision for themselves and are relatively inner directed and rely less on the opinions of experts. Active and relatively assertive in their daily lives. If something goes wrong, they don't throw their arms. They actively and forcefully try to get the wrong corrected. Prefer activities and challenges. They prefer the day filled with various activities and challenges, different from routine tasks. They are sometimes not good at implementation, as they dislike the boring detail works, although they are great innovator of ideas in business and cultural life. Prefer loneliness. They prefer to be alone and meditative and avoid social situations and parties, but appears to be friendly and outgoing. They trust their own ideas and feeling for other people and dull as slow thinking. Debates over Bloch's psychographic model. The main concept of Bloch's psychographic segmentation is that the personality scale helps to understand why destination popularity rise and fall, revealing that tourist personality characteristics determines the travel patterns and their preferences. Bloch 2001, though this model has been scrutinized by many scholars who questioned over the model's applicability and validity. Goldner and Ritchie and Hodgson argued that the same tourist can travel with different motivations on different occasions. According to Smith, 1990, the allocentric psychocentric model fails to substantiate the assumption is that there is an association between personality types and destination preferences. Litvin 2006 tested Bloch's model, and from his study he concluded that ideal destination and the most recently visited destination differ from each other. Crossley and Jamieson 1999 opines that if a traveler is allocentric in nature, financial or other factors may cause him or her to demonstrate me-centric or near-psychocentric travel patterns. Therefore, personal traits are not the only determinants of destination choice. Loeric, Van Langenhoven and Bolat opines that it may not be possible to place the travelers in a single simple category as people are complex by nature. Moreover, According to Flock's definition 1974, a traveler's psychographic would remain unchanged. However, the literature on psychographic profiles implies that a traveler may move from allocentric to psychocentric depending on his or her experience. Furthermore, there is no guarantee that any tourist would stay in the same category throughout his or her life. For example, if someone is traveling in his or her young age with high energy, or she may fall into the allocentric category, but once the very same person will be settled down in family life, he or she shall be more inclined towards traveling to well-known holidays destinations and will be more and more psychocentric. With this, I would like to conclude this presentation. Thank you very much.